Hello everybody, welcome to Mr. Perpetual. Today we have a big challenge. We will disassemble and reassemble this movement 100 times and then compare the improvement. As you know, I have been trying to learn watchmaking, so that I thought that might be useful for me to practice at least the movement. So in my first try, I didn't put it in the video, I disassembled this movement around 20 minutes and reassembled in probably 55 minutes because I lost some springs, had to search it. Maybe it was more than that. So it took me, let's say, approximately 1.5 hours to just disassemble and reassemble this movement without any cleaning, without any other process. So when I start this challenge, I didn't know which parts clearly for this movement, and of course I learned a lot on the way when I start this challenge, like main barrel and the 4 wheels that is connected to it, and the escapement, and also balance wheel. So right now I know a lot of things about the movement, but when I start I didn't know which parts will be placed where, so that is why it took a lot. So let's see the process together with the videos, and then I will share the improvement with you. So here we go. We have achieved a lot. So I disassembled and reassembled ST3600 100 times, and there is a huge improvement. So back then it was really hard to reassemble, of course, because when you disassemble it's easy. You just take the screws out, and yeah, the spring part was the hard. When you disassemble, the springs are just flying out. Also a quote from Kaleslav, a watchmaker from Netherlands, who says a Swiss space program. So they just jumps out to space. But relatively, disassembly is mostly easy. And reassembling it's much more harder at first try, because you don't know, if you don't know where it will be placed and how to align the pivots. It is the hardest part, the aligning the pivots, because you might break the pivots. I already did and changed several components in this movement. So first thing first, the most delicate one is the escape wheel, at least what I break mostly. At first couple of reassembly, I break the escape wheel. And secondly, I broke the pallet fork. That is the second most delicate one. And the third one, interestingly, was the click screw. So in here, the click screw, especially in this moment, was so fragile. I just broke it several times and had to replace it. And even sometimes it just broke inside of the bridge. But yeah, but the rest is totally fine. I never break any other pieces in this entire moment, and especially the balance wheel. I never broke any balance wheel. So approximately I have used 5 or 6 ST36 in total to just replace each other, especially 3 times for escape wheel. I ordered the escape wheel one separately, but yeah, rest is totally fine. So what about the time? So currently I can disassemble the entire movement in 6 minutes, which was 30 minutes before, and reassemble it like in 13 minutes. So, but back then it was like, yeah, 45 minutes or something, and more than that when you just lose a part. But now it is really easy. So what I have learned, actually, I learned a lot in this. I already shared at the beginning of the video that you know which. So this is a very basic movement, right? So and I'm trying to learn the watchmaking, especially the mechanical watch at first place, but even in the quartz watch, that you will have these 4 wheels. It will just change your power reserve. So in also of course the balance wheel part, but these are the basics, and you know you get, so you understand the basic. If you understand the basic concept, and then you will definitely know when and where you will put the basic components. So for instance, there is a main barrel in here that we know, also click. I know what click does, etc. And especially crown wheel in here, and every single time. So this screwdriver should just you need to just turn opposite side. and also these pivots. So if you don't know which wheel will be placed where, so this pivot, the centered, the R wheel will be has the biggest pivot. So if you know the biggest pivot, then you can just place it to nearby to the main barrel, because it should be it shouldn't be that delicate, because there was too much power next to it. And when you get close to balance wheel and escapement, it should be very tiny, especially in escape wheel. So and also escape wheel is a component that you can easily recognize. But the two other one is there's not much difference between pivots. So yeah, it's just kind of trying out which one is going to where. So you have just 50% chance of, also of course upside down, let's say 25% of chance to place it the correct at first try if you don't know. So it's a high chance that you place it in it correctly if you check the pivots and the placement as well. Also, there are some pinions on the brass wheels. So if you check also the pinions and the placement, then you will definitely figure it out on other movements. That's my assumption. I already checked several other movements as well. So every simple watch, let us say 90% of watch is as this basic movement. So they just put on top of this like chronograph functionality, GMT functionality, every single thing is built on top of this simple design. It is very inspiring. But so I wanted to improve my practice skills, improve my let's say the real-time skills when I just deep dive into watchmaking and repair the easy parts. Like it's sometimes hard to hold stuff, so I also learned like how to hold screwdriver, how to hold all of my tools, how to place them, how much pressure that you can just put on it, and how delicate which part it is. And and when you have a problem, for instance, when you don't see this balance wheel is moving, then you can just diagnose easily and test one by one which component is actually working or not working. After these practices, I learned a lot. I strongly recommend, if you're into watchmaking, to try this out. Maybe not 100 times, probably 25 or 30 times will be enough. So whenever I have time, I just spend 20 minutes on, like, let's say half an hour on disassembling and reassembling on this after some point, which I just keep warmed up and focused on this moment. So yeah, that was it actually. That was what I have learned, and I strongly recommend you at least minimum 30 times if you're into watchmaking. It really helps you to understand the placement and all of the things that I have already mentioned. So if you like the video, please subscribe my channel, and if you have any feedback, please put some comments in below, and also please give me some likes if you also like the video, because I want to increase my subscribers together with your interaction. Thank you in advance. See you on next videos.